Good morning and welcome to Fish of the Day presented by Doc's Daily Derbies.
All right, here we are for our freshwater fish of the day, and it is a unique, and there is no specific method other than using my typical shark buffet method for just catching a fish and releasing it over and over to speed up your time. These fish are 100% random. There's no preferred bait on the bait fish you're going to try to use. I know there are some people who believe that is the case, but you're going to have to trust me on this one. That is not the case. You just need to keep catching a fish over and over and wait for that lucky strike to happen, just like a shark. So I try to isolate a fish on my fish finder. It doesn't matter which one of these two really because it happens at hook set, but I'll prefer the medium fish. And I'll give this about 10 minutes or so because there is no method to get these, and I don't want to, and some of these can take 30 minutes to hit that random, so don't need to do any reeling. If you don't get those sparkles on hook set, then keep at it. I'll give it till 5 after the hour. It's hard to break that wanting to reel after you hook a fish, especially for me since I'm so used to just pretty much fishing for sharks most of the time with my method. Been trying to get through my Class C and B lures that I have. I just only have my A's available. I got through most of them, so just got rid of the spoon. There we go. That was not bad at all. Alright, there we go. That's our albino catfish. I think I'm going to start scooting back so we can get kind of the whole fishing frame at some point. There we go. And there is our albino catfish onto the saltwater. Alright, and our saltwater fish for the day is the Luna lionfish. Pretty straightforward. It doesn't show up a lot. I'm going to use a firework. So you can fish top and bottom. I tend to just top fish this one because it has a really, really small swirl. So if you're good at recognizing the small swirls, you can catch it on top by identifying the swirl. So you could just keep refreshing without casting. You could also cast top and bottom at the bubbles and the swirls as they show up. So I'm going to stick with just trying to refresh it first without casting at any swirls until I think it's a swirl that might be the lionfish, and then if needs be, I'll just start casting at all the swirls. It will be an instant bite on top. And let's make sure the frilled shark. So the frilled shark, if you fish at the bottom, is not going to take the crawfish. So we'll give it a go with me just doing rapid refreshing, looking for that tiny, tiny swirl, and then may change up the game plan. I was on expert, and I don't know how it, I don't care about my fireworks. I'm not sure how it, so it did not refresh that, my fish there. So I am guessing when I switch from, switching back from hard to expert shouldn't matter because we refresh our fish all the time. So I had what I would consider a small swirl that disappeared. And sometimes there are fish under the swirls that disappear. That is a bit of the puzzle that I've not been able to put together. So again, I'm just going to keep refreshing, looking for what I know is a Luna lionfish swirl that hopefully stays on the water. It'll just be a tiny, tiny disruption to the water. It's really easy to tell once the swirls start moving left to right. Or if you've got a bigger swirl out there as a reference. That's, looking at that one there, that looks a little too big. Also, the further out your swirls are, just like the fish, they are bigger. Nope. The graphics are bigger is what I mean. Let's say I were to catch 3 of the exact same size striped marlin. If I hook it out at about 100 feet, that looks like a little lionfish swirl. Barely there. I don't know if you can see it on the video. If I catch a striped marlin at, let's say, 50 feet from me, 100 feet, 100, yeah, that's fish. 150 feet, 200, 250. The further out it is, the more likely you're going to see those fins sticking out of the water, and the bigger it will look when it jumps. That is because the developers want you to be able to see that fish really well when it does jump out there. If it were tiny, how it would look in real life, you barely see it out there. So as the fish gets closer, the graphics actually get smaller as their fins and sticking out of the water until they get really close. And there we go. So there is the Luna lionfish. Let's get back, get a good look at it. And again, if you know how to identify the swirls, this is an easy way to not spend a bunch of time casting out. So best of luck and happy hunting out there today. Everybody have a great day.